Okay, 8-5. Definitely going to want a calculator for this one. So I'm getting out my cell phone calculator. The length of a minute hand of a clock is 14 inches. So the minute hand of a clock, I think it's the radius. If we were to draw a clock, the length of the minute hand would be like the radius of the circle, is 14 inches. What is the length of the path traced by the outer tip of the minute hand in 1 hour? So this minute hand will go like this, whoops, in an hour. So we're basically, that's circumference, that's the distance around. And the formula for circumference when you're given the radius is 2 times pi times r. Now they gave us some special instructions for pi. They want us to use 22 over 7, which isn't weird. 21 over 7 would be 3, so 22 over 7 is 3.14. Weird. So this is what I've got. 2 times 22 over 7 times 14. And you know, honestly, you can put that together any way that you want. Personally, if it was me, I would do 2 times 22 times 14, and then I would divide everything by 7. That works. You could also do 2 times 22 over 7 times 14. Some people might look at this and think, well, the 7 and the 14 can reduce. 7 goes into 7 once and 7 goes into 14 twice. So we could do 2 times 22 times 2, which also works. Actually, I think that's the one that I like the most. 2 times 22 is 44. 44 times 2 is 88. And remember when I said that circumference is basically taking the diameter and tripling it? Well, if the radius is 14 and the diameter is 28, and if you take 28 and multiply it by 3, you get 84. And pi is just a little more than 3, which means the answer needs to be just a little more than 84, and so I feel really good about 88 inches. And it's a distance, so those inches aren't squared or cubed. It's just to the first. Okay, the second one, this is the kind of question that I notoriously mess up on. The circumference of a bicycle tire is 126.5 centimeters. What is the diameter of the tire? Use 3.14 for pi. Round to the nearest tenth as needed. Okay, so it's circumference again, and they gave us the diameter, or they want to know the diameter. So let's use the formula of circumference that is pi d. Remember, pi times d is exactly the same as 2 times pi times r, because d is essentially r times 2. Okay, so those are the same formulas. So here we go. They told us that the circumference is 126.5. We're looking for the diameter, and for pi, they told us to use 3.14. Awesome. Okay, I don't think I'm going to mess up on this one. I really want d to be by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3.14. And when I get the answer, that should be the diameter. So on my calculator, 126.5 divided by 3.14 is 40.2866242. They wanted us to round it to the nearest tenth. Tenth is where a dime would go if it was money. So that would be this guy here is going to be the guy that gets rounded one way or the other. So we look at the number next to it. It's bigger than 5. So that means that this 8 is going to get rounded up to a 9. So the diameter equals 40.2866242. 0.29, no, centimeters. There we go. Done. Nice job, 5 minutes. Ta-da! Thought for sure I'd mess up. I'll mess up on the next one.